Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Scratches Director's Cut. We got things to do, and this is the right place to do them and stuff. Alright, where we last left off, we just been in the creepy kids' room that is boarded up behind there, and I discovered some things that I need to check out. Hidden room. Okay, I didn't add any extra notes. Alright, I just went on a wee mini-adventure, playing back through a different saved game. I really need to keep better track of which games I'm supposed to be loading. Okay, hidden room belonged to the son of the Blackwood family. I still can't tell why it was bricked off, but I should try to see if he's still around. Okay. I am so silly! Went looking around for stuff that I'd already done. Okay, the phone should be up now. No? God damn it! How am I supposed to get in contact with this guy? It needs to stop raining, and the phone line needs to come back up. Perhaps the newspapers in the attic will have some kind of indication as to where this guy is, maybe. Look at that door. It opens on the wrong way. The door handle's on this side. Why does it open on this side? Something seriously weird's going on in this house. Anything of interest back in August 1961? Okay. Sad news hit our beloved town today, following an announcement that was received with rejoicing amongst many that one of the most illustrious members of our community, Mr. James Blackwood, was having a child soon. We now have to relate a macabre turn of events. The son that was being lovingly awaited by the Blackwood family died shortly after the delivery due to a strange ailment. Understandably, the information disclosed about this happening was succinct. It appears that Mrs. Catherine Blackwood was already suffering from pains in her stomach, probably an indication that there was something not healthy about her pregnancy. Dr. Christopher Milton, who attended the birth, assured us that he made every possible effort to ensure a safe delivery, but with bowed head he said that the boy was already doomed ever since his conception. The cause of death has not been stated, but those few close to the Blackwood family have said that there were serious complications during the delivery. Helping to relieve the somber news, Mrs. Blackwood was thankfully found to be out of danger. Her husband did not wish to comment about the event. And some other articles. And there is, of course, the photo that is in the dark room downstairs. My huge disappointment quickly gave way to an empty void feeling. Something wasn't right here. I began wondering if James Blackwood was somehow involved with the death of his son. How am I supposed to prove that? There's a reason why I had to make sure the Blackwood's son died a long time ago, which is probably the reason why the room is bricked up and abandoned. Whether the child is born dead or died shortly after delivery. Okay. Hopefully the phone comes back on now. Really need to talk to Jerry about this stuff. Got my tea. It's best way to point and click games really suit having a good cup of tea because I can drink with one hand and click with the other, and there's no kind of breakaways from the gameplay. Plus, tea is just awesome to have at any point. Okay, line's still down. So that means I have to investigate something. It's 2 PM. Generic looking keys. I want to go outside, damn it. It's like, normally normally I don't care much for going outside. It's sort of, I go outside in order to get to other places where I can be inside. But in this game, I want to get outside and explore the garage and the mausoleum and things. And now I'm really at a loss. I don't believe there's anything here. I mean, I tried that key on the drawer, I'm pretty sure. Matches. Guess there's another instance where I'll cut to the progress when I make it. I don't want to single this painting out again, but I have a theory. I mean, there's a whole bunch of documents in Michael's bedroom showing fetuses and growing babies and growing into a strong man. I'm kind of like, and I'm thinking, I mean, this is a singular painting in this house, but it's an interesting theory, I think, in that possibly Blackwood killed his son because there was he was worried that the son was going to kill him, grow up to kill him and usurp him. It's a bit far-fetched given that it's like the 1960s and it's not exactly like medieval royal feuding or anything, or like Greek mythology. But yeah, Kronos eating his children because he because of the prophecy that his son would rise up and overthrow him. I don't know. There could be something there. I'm just speculating. Back to the investigations. Oh, that's new. Panel. Hammer it? Really gotta move your mouse all around the screen to find anything. I don't know, the knife is another tool. What do you know? Oh wait. Oh, okay, no, that worked. Wheels. Okay. Does this mean I can move it? No. That thing's in the way, perhaps. No? Well, if it's stuck, how do you unstick things? With lubricant! So, do I need to do both wheels, I wonder? Okay. Aha! That's what you call success bacon. Its appearance... The door is heavily barred and its appearance reminded me of something I had read. No way I could remove these boards with my bare hands. No shit. But it wasn't something you read, Michael. It was in fact a dream you had. The hammer is obviously the tool for this, given that we saw this in our dream. Let's prepare to step into the unknown for the room that does not appear on the blueprints at all. My, that's dark. Too dark to see anything. Well, we might just have to lantern it up. Okay. We might just have to light the lantern and lantern it up. Well, that's fairly monstrosity. Odd-looking African mask was positioned in the middle of the storeroom. Its presence made me feel terribly uneasy. Okay. Bamboo. Now there was enough light, I extinguished the lamp to save the oil. Good thinking, Michael! Top show! And now we got some things to look at. June 24th, 1962. Dear Christopher, please excuse the tone of this letter. I know I must sound like a raving madman, but I truly can't find a proper way to put together all the thoughts that have been taking my sleep away these past days. There is a reason behind all these recent adversities. It's the mask, Christopher. It's that mask I told you about. I wouldn't believe it myself if I hadn't studied its origins on my own, but it's really the source of all my suffering. The tribe it belonged to, I must confess, I didn't take the mask by appropriate means. Commas. Inverted commas. Yes, air quotes and things. I'm blabbering. And I fear this might have unleashed some terrible wrath against my life and everything that surrounds me. It's been over a year ago since I witnessed the most outrageous acts of violence that not even in my worst nightmares could I have imagined, and the mask was the epicenter of it all. What I was thinking of when I took it is beyond me. It was probably a vicious streak of greed, but I can see clearly now. The rain has gone. Fuck that, the rain is still outside. I can't go outside. Why can't I go outside? Anyway, back to the letter at hand. It represents evil, and I'm truly convinced this evil can somehow take shape and punish those who have disgraced it. I did, and now I must face the consequences. I will take some more time to investigate this. I might even go back to South Africa to seek help. Although something tells me not even returning the mask would do any good. The damage is already done, and I believe it's getting worse as the days go by. Every time I walk past the gallery I can hear some incessant odd chatter, as if something was being plotted inside, and these voices, Christopher, they seem to be angry. Please help me. Come and see me as soon as you can, James. Well, it sounds like James is in a spot of bother. And here we go. We've got another letter. Hooray for lots of reading today. Okay, July 3rd. My recent researches on the Dalmar have shed some light upon their terrible activities. Excuse me. So much reading. I understand now that the lack of existing information about them was not only a cause of their small size and rarity, but also a reluctance, or rather superstitious attitude towards their nature. Even some of the most important historians of South Africa will refuse to mention their name, usually referring to them as the War Tribe. After digging into some of the most obscure books I could find about the subject, I must admit now that reading them made me feel very nervous and uneasy, bringing back the memory of those horrible acts I witnessed on that day. I can't understand why any human being, uncivilized or not, would behave in such a manner. War among savage tribes is of course very common and a recurring theme in history, but the Dalmar, they went even beyond war. Usually a tribe would engage in battle to conquer new territory or perhaps defeat an enemy. They did it for the sole reason of destruction and extreme love for violence. The account of their actions is downright scary. They'd invade villages, slaughtering every inhabitant without regard for their sex or age. Men, women, children would inevitably perish by their fury and hate, which is, I think, the most unsettling element of their stories. They didn't use any weapons. They killed villagers with their bare hands and teeth, as if they were drawing power from an unearthly source. I find it hard to believe this, as if I hadn't seen them with my own eyes, I'd say there was some kind of wild legend. Once they'd slaughtered every living thing in the village, they burn it to the ground, every single construction or possession of the fallen villagers, proof that they definitely were not interested in conquering or even taking some advantage of the terrain. Their motives were moved solely and purely by an incredible despisal of life, and hatred towards anything that wasn't from their village. That is another curious thing. They somehow managed to sustain a constant population level, as if they controlled exactly the amount of people needed for an attack, but at the same time warrant survival using their few existing resources. I fear this wasn't some kind of wondrous organization system, but rather an elimination process of a useless member or unnecessary child. I dare not think about it, but I'm afraid this would explain why they didn't need to hunt for food. They feasted upon themselves. Jolly good show. Now that I know that what the mask I took stands for, and I shiver at the thought of it, I must confess I'm worried. I don't know why, but I fear for my life. Is that everything? It was very interesting. I don't really see how it advances the plot very much. Storage room. Okay. Well, I guess that's everything. Hidden door to the gallery led to a small storeroom. There was a strange mask inside and more mementos belonging to James Blackwood. The developments of his story is really getting to me now. I can almost feel his suffering, and that mask seems to be the key to the mystery. So maybe take the hammer to the mask? And end this all? Okay. Well, maybe the lines are back up now. And I'm stuck behind a cabinet. That's great. What time is it now? 4 PM. Okay. Yes, the line's back up. And before I call Jerry, I just want to see what happens if I call the bank. So the bank number is 0 1 9 1 2 9 4 1 4 4, and the bank is not open on Sundays. Yeah, I'm stupid. Bank's not open on Sundays. Alright, time to talk to Jerry.
Yes?
Jerry, it's me. You won't believe what I found here.
Try me.
It's about the happenings that led to the murder you told me about. There's an impressive backstory surrounding this place and many loose ends. It would seem nobody ever stumbled upon this.
Shouldn't you be working on your book?
Are you listening to me? James Blackwood was into some very weird stuff, and possibly dangerous. Something tells me this case is much more complex than it was thought to be.
Why don't you inform the authorities? I'm sure they'll be dying to reopen a long-forgotten case about some crazy old psycho killing his wife.
No way. And miss all the fun? I'm doing this on my own. I wonder if those noises I heard have anything to do with this. Maybe James Blackwood was trying to hide something.
Like in that book, where an old man was guarding the entrance to hell. I bet this James Blackwood person had a doorway like that in his basement. Those dreadful noises must be the sounds of the damned coming for you.
Why, thanks, mate. That's been very helpful. Great to have friends like you.
Then stop talking about all this nonsense. Do you have any idea how crazy it sounds? You're a writer, not some fancy PI.
I'll get to the bottom of this. I know I will. I'm certain there's much more to James Blackwood than a simple act of murder.
Now you're sounding more morbid than usual. Simple act of murder? Oh goody. Just somebody died, nothing to worry about. This isn't like you, Michael. This whole thing is really affecting you.
Stop being a drama queen. I'm a grown-up and I'm pretty aware of what I'm doing.
Fine, go chase around the ghosts of James Blackwood. I'll stay here in the real world.
I'll let you know about my progress.
Well, that was somewhat sarcastic. I wonder if Barbara has translated that letter. But of course, there's no post on Sundays. We'll try it anyway. Yeah, no post on Sundays. Okay. The mask is the key. Still. I don't know. We'll see if I can initiate another conversation. No. Okay. What next, I wonder? Hum diddy hum diddy hum diddy hum diddy hum. It sounded like he was suggesting looking at the basement again. Can't remember if I tried the oil on this valve or not. It didn't need to be oiled. It's stuck. Don't know. Can I hear anything in the drain? No, nothing out of the ordinary. Doesn't need to be oiled. Can I prise it up with a paint lid? Can I prise it up with a knife? Can I hit it with a hammer? No, there is in fact nothing I can do. Nothing out of the ordinary. Okay. Well, I guess I gotta look around some more. Hooray! Progress! I put a piece of paper in my my typewriter. It's weird. It seems to be following like a kind of... I'm sort of brute forcing a pattern here, because it's sort of like... well, check the phone. Keep checking your room. And if you can't advance anything there, then... I don't know. Search the house. Run your mouse up and down the screen until you hit something you actually want. Kind of weird, but... yeah, well, it's the only decent way to brute force it. Time to write a story. I am the master of typing a paragraph. Okay, what have I written? Suddenly she stopped and stood there, paralyzed, hesitant to give any credit to what her eyes were seeing and completely unaware of the potentially dangerous situation. Surprisingly, there wasn't anything unusual or strange about the event. Little Kathy was hastily crossing the living room towards the huge oak door, her fancy black dress fluttering at every footstep. Getting really sick of reading stuff today, but oh well. As the girl reached the doorknob, she turned to look back at Marion, and urged her with a whisper to hurry up. But Marion wasn't seeing Kathy. Her memories haunted her back and displaced reality, giving room to the nightmarish vision she had spent months trying to forget, ever since her first visit to the old house. In her dream, she saw the little girl, also wearing a black dress, emerging from a passageway hidden in the room. She'd never actually managed to glimpse where the passage was, only saw the girl running towards her, her small face contorted in a horrible grimace. Marion quickly realized it was a twisted version of the Kathy she would knew later? Dude. Grammatical errors, man. She would know later. As if her figure was then distorted by a veil of smoke. Her exact movements through this room, reaching for the knob, facing her back. There were too many coincidences to ignore. It wasn't a nightmare that she experienced that day, nor a ghost, something she refused to believe in, but was now willing to blindly embrace as a truth, given the shocking vividness of the vision. A ghost world would come from the past. What she'd seen came from the... Her thoughts were interrupted as a figure behind her cast a shadow across the doorstep. "You filthy liar! You have betrayed me!" groaned a deep voice, so in retrospect that wasn't the appropriate voice to use. Can I write more? The discoveries I had made in the house were too exciting to stop now. I thought that maybe I could investigate further today and return to work tomorrow. This guy has a sort of work ethic like me. It's like, write a page, justify it as sufficient work, and then go back to procrastinating. So I like this guy's style. Wrote a few words for my new book, but I was far from satisfied. It sounds too much like cheap writing. What's worst, I realised that all the time I was working I was in reality thinking about the Blackwood mystery. I guess I'm done for today. The many adventures I've had left me very tired, so I'll be heading back to the bed earlier today. I have a premonition though. I think that tomorrow will be the day I make great progress resolving the Blackwood mystery. I just know it. There's no point to it, I can just do it. I can't write, at least not until I solve the mystery of Blackwood Manor. Okay, so I'm turning in. Best check what time I'm turning in again. I'm kind of worried about this guy. He hasn't eaten for a couple of days, as far as I'm aware. There's no food in the house. 6 PM! If I'm going to bed now, this is quite ludicrous. Events of this day had left me unusually tired. I thought it was a good time to head to bed. Alright mate, suit yourself. Time for more exciting events in the night, hopefully. Something didn't feel right. Dun dun dun! Was there anything coming from the fireplace? I best check that first this time. Okay, so there's nothing out of the ordinary. But are we having another dream sequence, I wonder? Am I going to be going back to the room with the mask? Okay, no, I guess not. Well, it's as good a place as any to check. Doesn't look like there's anything strange. Oh shit. That gave me a bit of a jump. Where the fuck is the mask at? Okay. Oh, it's not really a jump. Because I don't physically jump, but I kind of get... You get that jolt in your stomach. Oh, fuck! Son of a bitch! Once again, I was awakened during a bizarre dream by those scratching noises. Fuck, man. I was like, that wasn't so bad. Turn around, holy shit! Fucking mask. Had to find their source. Yeah! Ah. Oh, this is good. This is getting good now. Okay, check the fireplaces again. Okay. Well, I have the lantern now, so I should be able to go into the basement and find out where they're coming from. Or get murdered by the furnace demon. And all of a sudden I'm aware that it's very cold in my room. I reckon this guy's just having, like, hunger nightmares. He's not eating properly, so he's just like... He's waking himself up in the middle of the night from hunger. And here we go. Oh wait, no, I need to light it, don't I? Please apply. That flickering's weird. Seems like it's strobing way too much for a lantern. I'm very wary about stuff kind of popping up in my field of vision now. Wait, what? Why did it... Did I just crawl into a furnace? I mean, granted, there's... I don't think there's anyone else in the house with me, but... Seriously? Okay. Shit, this is tense. What the fuck is that? Holy shit! Holy fuck! My god. Yeah, can I leave? I want to leave now. Wait, did I turn around? I should have expected that. Am I trapped in here? Or did I just black out? Damn it. Okay. My heart pounding, I barely gathered the strength to leave the basement. And there's gonna be something in the kitchen. Don't be anything in the kitchen, please. Ooh. Last drop of oil inside the lamp had been consumed. Equip hammer! Equip hammer for defense! Every door now, every door I'm just like, get... This better not be anything. Too confused to think straight, decided against my will to return to bed. Shit, man. There's gonna be a demon in my bed. Holy fuck. That is intense. It's very... I mean, in retrospect, a little predictable, but very effective nonetheless. Fuck. My third and final day inside Blackwood Manor began with an odd feeling of expectation. Still shaken about the occurrences of last night, I managed to pull myself together and focus on finding out what really happened inside the place. Yeah, sure, you focus on that, but I need to calm down, so I'm gonna cut off the session here. Shit just got really excellent there. So I hope you enjoyed seeing me, lose my shit a little bit there. And I most definitely will be playing more of this soon. I need to resolve this. This is getting very, very good. So thank you for watching, guys. I once again hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next video. So until then, sleep with one eye open, 'cause there are little children running around in the darkness.